Welcome to another episode of Book Club Preview. Today we're going to be looking at Penderwicks in Spring, Chapter 18, Beethoven. Now, in this chapter, Batty starts with going to school, and she meets her teacher, Mrs. Gunfield, and when she has her singing lessons, she's trying to sing, and nothing comes out. She says to her teacher, "I've lost my voice." And the teacher feels her neck. Oh, there's no swollen. You don't have a sore throat. But Batty keeps crying every time she tries to sing. So in this time, it's just mostly Batty crying, Batty relaxing, Batty trying to sing, Batty crying, the teacher comforting her, and Batty trying to sing some more. It's pretty sad. But at least Batty can get out some of her emotions, and the teacher is just there to be with her. After Batty finishes her lesson with her teacher, she goes home. When she gets home, she finds a box, and this box is a gift, she guesses, but she sees that it's from Jeffrey, and this makes it special. And she takes the box, she takes it to her room, and she opens it, and she finds these wonderful gifts inside. First, she finds a record of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony by Herbert von Karajan? I'm not too sure how to say it, actually. Which is a very famous symphony, and he's a very famous composer, which I know nothing about. If you know about this composer and you'd like to share with me your knowledge, go ahead and leave a message in the comments and tell me what you think. I will have a link to this symphony in the description, so if you want to listen to what it might have sounded like, you can check for yourself. It continues. Batty opens up another present. There are two presents in the box, and she sees a picture, and this picture is of Hound. And if you have read through the Penderwicks series, you might remember in book 1, Batty gives this picture to Jeffrey, and this is her favorite picture, and she gives it to Jeffrey because Jeffrey's so special to her. But Jeffrey gives it back and says, "I think you might need this more than I do." And Batty's just so touched by Jeffrey's gifts. Jeffrey also has a card in which he apologizes to Batty for leaving, and he asks for her forgiveness. After Batty gets this package, she gets really motivated, and we find, because it changes to Ben's story, Ben's perspective, and Ben starts to look for Batty because he needs help carrying this giant poster of the state Maine, or Massachusetts, or Minnesota, maybe Minnesota, that he made. And he needs Batty's help. And so he just wants to make sure Batty is going to help him. So Ben goes over to Batty's room and knocks on the door. And all he hears is music. He knocks louder. Nothing. Ben tries to open the door, but it's blocked. So then Ben bangs even louder, and Batty pulls him in. And right as Ben sees Batty's face, he regrets going inside. And he even says, "I changed my mind, bye." And he tries to leave, but he grabs onto him. He says, "We're having a meeting. We're going to have a meeting of the younger Penderwick siblings." But Ben says, then they need to get Lydia. So Batty changes it. Okay, we're going to have a meeting of Ben, Batty and Ben. And MOBAB. Maybe Mobab? Mobop? I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's MOBAB. And in this meeting, Batty drops a bomb. Okay, just a shocker. She says, "Ben, I am going to Boston." And Ben has no idea what she's talking about. How can you go to Boston? Boston's so far. What are you going to do? What are mom and dad going to think? And Ben has all these questions. And Batty convinces Ben that it's going to be okay. And Ben has this conflict inside because he promised he would tell Nick if Batty was doing anything strange, but then he's bound by the Penderwick family honor not to say anything that happened in this meeting. And there's two secrets that Ben doesn't know what to do. But he does agree to Batty's wishes. And that's the end of the chapter. Some vocabulary words that could be useful for you. The first one is goop. Batty calls Ben this. And this just means silly or foolish or stupid. Something like that. It's not a very common word. We don't use it very often, but maybe for younger kids it could be popular. The second word is ransom money. Ben is concerned. He's worried that if Batty gets kidnapped, they can't pay ransom money. Ransom money is money that you give to someone to give something back to you. So for example, maybe a president's daughter gets kidnapped, and some group of people, they say, if you give us $3 million, we'll give you back your child. And so the president or whoever has to get this money and give it to these people to get their daughter back safely. This is called ransom money. Now, another word, expression actually, is cutting school. Cutting school means to skip school or miss school on purpose. You're not sick, you don't have any other schedule, but you're just running away because you don't want to go to school that day. We call it cutting school or skipping school, which Batty intends to do to go to Boston. The last one we have today is aiding and abetting. Now, this is kind of a legal word that police officers use. This is when you help someone that is doing a crime. You didn't do the crime yourself, but you helped them or protected them. You aided them and abetted them. You helped them do it and you gave them assistance. And so Ben feels like he's joining in this crime with Batty because he's helping her. So he feels a little guilty about doing it too. Some discussion questions I'd like you to think about. And we'll talk about these on when we meet. The first one is, have you ever cried in front of someone that you didn't mean to? Okay, maybe you were sad, you had a fight with your mom or dad or brother or sister, or maybe you just got in trouble and so you felt really sad inside and you were trying to hold it down. But then you just saw someone who was just kind or nice, or maybe it was a stranger on the bus or subway, and you just let out the emotion. Has that ever happened to you? Question 2. Have you ever done something and then immediately regretted it? Regret means that you wish you didn't do it. So in our story, we can see Ben, he's trying to talk to Batty, and he goes inside and he sees Batty's face and he knows this is not the time to talk to Batty. So he tries to turn around and run. And he says, bye, I changed my mind. He tries to leave, but Batty grabs him. He regretted his decision. Have you ever done anything you have regretted? What was it? I want to hear about it. The third discussion question I have for you is, have you ever had two different promises conflict? Okay, Ben promised Nick he would tell Nick if Batty did something strange. Ben also promised Batty that he would keep this secret for her. Well, what does he do? Does he follow his promise to Nick, or does he follow his promise to Batty? He has to choose one and break the other. Have you ever had a situation like that where you wanted to keep a promise but you couldn't because another promise, or you didn't know which promise to keep? Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Book Club Preview. Bye bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.